Y'all already know what time it is, man. Forget the intro. Forget all that mess. We are here at the beginning of Three to Hardaway for one reason and one reason only. Sheedy, what's good, my guy?
Cap, I will, man. Hold on. Fuck y'all
Let's
talking
go,
about, man.
man.
That can't keep me down.
Come
Let's
on,
go,
man.
man. Let's go, man.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. Let's fucking go, man. F Cancer. Sheedy done conquered it. How you feeling,
It can
brother?
ring that bell. Ring that
Man, honest, it's crazy. Not a long speech, but a quick one. Like not having to worry about going to the doctor's office every Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday and Thursday and Saturday, like 4 days a week going to the hospital. It's crazy. It's like, what's my new routine? Like this Tuesday, going to ring the bell, right? I was like, damn, I need to get up early to go, take care of my arm. Don't have to worry about that, right? And overall, like my wife planning to have a lot of people here was crazy, ridiculous. We've been dropping off people at the airport left and right between today and yesterday, and a lot of surprises, man. I've been truly blessed with a great wife, great kids. God is good first and foremost. So let me get that first, right? But having my wife really set this all up, man, because I really don't celebrate myself. I don't think none of us really celebrate ourselves well as men. We really put it on to everyone else to give them that. And this was really a moment where, like, I feel like I got my flowers in real life, right? Before it all. So it was awesome. It was a great moment. Clearly I cried. You're supposed to. I look forward to the next steps, man. I'm looking forward to getting in the weight room a little bit. I saw a photo of what I used to look like when I first started cancer, y'all. And man, see here, I am about to cry. You talk about like a stick and like a big ass lollipop head. That was me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I didn't really realize how much weight I lost, y'all. I've lost over 30 pounds. Now, don't y'all that listen to me, don't act like y'all need to get cancer to lose weight. Y'all don't want to do that, okay? But like literally, how much weight I lost, I really look like craziness. But I can't wait to unveil that, man. So many photos and videos I still have yet to go through. A lot of thank you. So I'll use this platform now to say thank you, especially everyone on Twitter. Jesus Christ. Thank you for putting that out there, Savage, or two, whoever did that. I'm assuming Savage because you were flying too. And I'm sorry I missed your call, but here we are now. But again, thank you to everyone that said anything at any point. This fight was for everybody. This is to show that cancer is not a thing that we're going to keep putting death associated with death. I wanted to associate cancer with life and living forward and moving forward. And what does the rebirth look like for people? And this is now going to be the next step in another chapter in this book called Sheedy's Life. So
Let's go, man. Let's go, man. I can't believe like it's been what 12 weeks since you were going through the treatment, if I remember correctly.
It was 12 treatments. They were like bi-weekly, so almost like 6 months.
Dang.
And the first treatment.
It's the whole damn season, man.
And so another thing, my wife, and she'll post it, I'll post, like she took a picture of each treatment I was in, right? From one all the way to my last one, because she was there.
Yeah.
The first one happened the day after Christmas.
I remember that, yeah. I mean talking about that, yeah.
That was crazy. And then to go all the way through, and like I said, 12, so 6 months. Pretty much
6 months, man. That's crazy, man. We're definitely proud of you. We got you. Everybody supports you. And we here now, man. We here now. We got the NBA finals to talk about, obviously.
Sure.
Some more things with the NBA. But if you are here, leave a like on the stream. Of course, comments, join the discussion, and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 250 subscriptions over here on YouTube, so we definitely gained some momentum. Tomorrow is the actual NBA Finals, so we are actually kind of right on time. So Sheedy, you're ringing up the bell on Tuesday, leading into us being here on Wednesday to get this show out the day before.
Yes, sir.
Actually pretty good timing. So we will definitely take that. Before we get into it, I do want to pull up Candy's comments. She said, "Not y'all being late. We never late, Candy. You got to understand that we're never late. Time is a construct. It doesn't exist."
Anytime 7:15 now.
7:15 was my start time. Yes, that's actually early. If you're being honest. She said,
"Oh, without the hair, yes."
Candy ain't right. Shout out to Candy. She was on our podcast in place of Sheedy for one of our shows. So definitely salute to Miss Candy for that. But before we get into the meat of the show, NBA trivia. What you got to? What we got today?
What's going on, gentlemen? Hey, Sheedy, screw you for saying screw my call yesterday, but it is what it is, brother. happy to see you, and of course, you know we proud of you, man. We definitely proud of you. And we love you. Savage, just the basketball guys, bro. I believe the basketball guys have truly blessed this podcast on some amazing news.
Facts.
And just amazing-ish, just overall. And we're going to continue to do that. So this one, I got, oh, crap. Teams that have made the finals but have beaten 350-plus win teams along to do it. Again, so teams that have beat 350-win teams to reach the NBA finals.
And then you're not saying that they won; they just beat three.
They just beat 52. Example would be the 2024 Dallas Mavericks. They beat 350-win teams to make it to the NBA Finals this season.
Oh, okay, I got you. So, like in the playoffs itself.
Itself. Yep.
Okay, Kobe.
I got Kobe. Yeah, got me Kobe.
Kobe and Powell did it twice.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 more teams then.
2 more teams.
Okay. So
well, let me see.
The Mavericks?
Actually, they did it 3 times.
Damn, Kobe.
Right. Can y'all tell me the years?
Then you just gave us 2 of them.
That'd be 09, 2010.
Yeah.
And 08.
08, okay. So
08,
Boston,
09,
yeah.
09,
so basically, when Boston and them won, Boston won, and then the Lakers repeated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the other, you got one more Lakers year, and then you got one more team in the 90s.
Okay, so the Lakers.
02?
Close enough. 2001.
2001. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
And then one team in the 90s beat 50 teams to make the finals.
One team in the 90s make the finals.
Chicago? I mean,
Sonics.
Not Chicago.
Not the Sonics. The Rockets.
Yeah. Hey, come on now. Perfect time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the 95 Rockets beat 50 teams.
Yeah, they
350 win teams. Okay.
350 win teams. Yep.
Okay. So the Mavericks got a chance to do that, beating Boston. So they beat who? They beat Oklahoma City. They beat Minnesota. Who they beat? Was Suns?
They beat the Clippers.
Clippers. Okay.
Round
Clippers.
1. Mm-hmm.
And then you have Boston. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so tough task in front of them.
Yeah.
Tough task. All right. So lately I've been seeing on social media a lot of debate about different players compared to another player, or even the more recent one is like the 04 Pistons versus the.
Don't do it.
I'm not going there because I'm not going there because I know, like, let's be real, like the Pistons 04 great team, but they had Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond. Like, come on, like what are we doing? I no.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand you want to like be like, my team is the most superior team ever. I get that part, but come on, you don't need to say it in public though.
Nah. Like, it was a great team. They beat the Lakers, who had a washed up Gary Payton. Well, not washed up, but it was like he wasn't the same Gary Payton from.
He was a mitten.
Right. Yeah, he was a mitten. And then you had Karl Malone. You know, like
who got hurt.
It was a nasty man.
Yeah, it was like,
dang, let's not bring that up.
Yeah,
nasty man in LA.
And then Kobe and Shaq didn't really like each other anyway. It was evident throughout the entire year, and Shaq left the next year. So it's like you know, you're not beating the cohesive engine of the Golden State Warriors. But to me, that's beside the point. I have a question that I'm gonna pose to you gentlemen, and I have 4 different scenarios that I want to provide. So, which NBA player had a better career? First up, Paul George or Tracy McGrady?
Damn, that was a hell of a question. Because Paul George's career is not over. But if we were to compare seasons, I'm going to go to T-Mac.
Ooh, okay. Why?
I believe T-Mac more or less provided a blueprint for Paul George to be who he was. So with that said, I'm going to go with T-Mac. And in an era where like he was scoring a lot of points. Like this is a different era of basketball when he was scoring. So if you're comparing stats, I hate when people do that at times. But T-Mac had to me, burden a lot more than what Paul George has had to do his entire career. Even in Indianapolis, he had help. He went to OKC, had help. Like T-Mac was the number one fiddle where he went after he left Toronto, Orlando, Houston, albeit. So I'm gonna say T-Mac.
It's hard for me to answer this non-biasly because literally growing up, it was T-Mac and Iverson for me. So for me to say Paul George didn't have a better career than T-Mac, it'll kind of be unfair to Paul George. And I say that because if you were to ask a lot of kids like now, Paul George is a lot of kids. And I don't know how. This not me hating. I legit don't know how. Because if you talk about Paul George and T-Mac, they're both great scorers, great players who haven't won a lot. And I think when you talk about, all of the, nuanced talk and all of the analytic talk about how you need to win, I mean, those players didn't. So, I mean, they kind of had the same career, but, growing up, T-Mac was my favorite. Now it's Paul George. So if I was, they kind of career. They're equal. If this was Drink Champs, I'd take a shot right now because I can't answer. I can't answer.
So T-Mac is a first ballot Hall of Famer, obviously.
And Paul George will be.
Paul George will be as well too. T-Mac has 7 All-Star appearances, 2-time first team All NBA, 3-time second team All NBA, 2-time third team All NBA, 2-time scoring champion, and a most improved player of the year back in 2001. Paul George is 9-time All-Star, 1-time first team, 5-time third team, 2-time defensive first team, 2-time defensive second team. So obviously T-Mac's the better defensive player. I mean, I think we all can agree with that in his prime. But scoring wise, I mean, T-Mac is one of the best to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? So
you meant to say Paul George was better defensively, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, I mean, Paul George better defensively. Yeah, I think I kind of gotta go Paul George, man. I think Paul George had a better career in terms of like his like success, like not even just in the regular season, but the postseason as well too. T-Mac never made it out of the first round until I think the Spurs, if I'm not mistaken. So, and it kind of sucks because T-Mac did get hurt a lot. He actually got hurt the year Houston won like 27 games in a row, and they were killing it in the playoffs, even without him. So it's kind of like, but I mean, I don't think you can go wrong either way. But I think I would pick Paul George's career. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and it sucks because to your point about injuries, like he wasn't even the only person that got injured on this team. Grant Hill would get injured, right? Yao Ming, right? So I'm with either one. Yeah.
If we talking injuries too, Paul George injury. And how he was able to bounce back from that is pretty heroic in itself.
Yeah, T-Mac.
That's another that's clutch. Like, come on, man.
Man, that's T-Mac for real. Yeah,
13 and 35.
That's insane. All right, next one. Allen Iverson or Steve Nash, who had a better career?
Oh, I'll let two go on this one, and I'll let you follow up, Savage, because you know how I feel. Okay.
Who had the better career?
AI or Steve Nash?
I mean, I'm still going Iverson, man. And I know if y'all pick Steve Nash, it's cool. But Iverson, he got dealt a bad hand with a lot of his coaches in his career. We're just going to leave it at that. That probably stopped him for being even a greater answer that he was. But when you talk about the impact again, top 3 impact, I don't want to hear none about that. When you talk about just scoring ability at will and being able to do what you want with the basketball court, I mean, of course, like, come on, man. You make it to the finals only to lose against the Shaq and Kobe Lakers. I mean, I understand it, but I don't think Iverson won 1 MVP, right? And we don't have to defute that one. But when you talk about Steve Nash MVPs, it's like, damn, do Steve Nash really deserve them, or was it because he was Steve Nash? Both of them. We reviewed both of them on this show. We've done that on this show. So we talk about the answer and his greatness. Cool. Steve Nash is one of the best point guards of all time. But still, did he deserve to win any of those MVPs that he got?
Look, I love Steve Nash. I think me personally, I still will pick Allen Iverson's career. Just because, like, it's Allen Iverson, bro. It's AI, man. Like, Steve Nash is my favorite point guard of all time. But if you ask me who I would rather, like, trade places with, it's going to be Allen Iverson. It'll be Allen Iverson.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I also will say, yeah, it definitely ain't going to be Steve Nash. You know how I feel about that boy.
Okay, cool. I think you was gonna go Nash the whole time. That's not like that.
Heavens, no. Like, again, that's why I put up the 2. Like, yeah, we both refute those 2 MVPs to a certain extent. MVP is a different conversation to talk about as well. But even AI talking about the team that he dragged to the finals. And again, a lot of people don't remember they were literally one shot away from it not being AI as much as it would have been Vince Carter, right? Going into the finals. And that Lakers team was undefeated until AI won in LA.
Game 1.
So I got to give it to AI on that one. So AI.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. Sharky said, Sharky said LeBron has more career assists than Steve Nash. AI is the answer, no pun intended.
Come on, Shark. Good one. Shout out to the cap.
See, I'm asking the hard hitting question. I got 2 more, Sharky. I got 2 more coming.
Lord. Oh, Lord.
Darren says, just in case I missed it, congrats, Sheedy, on ringing the bell.
Yes, sir.
I had a son go through cancer at 3, and he is still with me and got to ring the bell as well. Much respect and future health to you and your family. It takes a village. Amen. Well done, sir. Appreciate you, Darren.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, next up, better career. Paul Pierce, Andre Iguodala.
Oh, my God. Where'd you get these from?
I thought of them. I thought of them myself. I sat down and said, okay, what players have like comparable, like tough, like careers that you can compare them to?
Damn, you.
Shark said the truth. He said Paul Pierce. Okay.
Yeah, you really pulled these ones together. Many people forget how good AI2 was, whether it was with Philly or Denver. A lot of people still remember like how he helped out with the Warriors, and he was a great asset there. Finals MVP, clearly. Yet and still, I'm going, unfortunately, I'm going to go with the truth. I'm going to go with Paul Pierce. I agree with Shark on this one as well. Even with my hatred of Paul Pierce, you cannot hate on his talent. And I think if you give either one of them the ball, not even in a clutch one, but just to get a bucket, even in their prime, I'm going Paul Pierce for sure. So I'm going to go Paul Pierce.
The answer is Andre Iguodala. Hey, shout out to Max Kellerman, man. I hope he's doing good out here. So for me to answer this question, I literally had to ask myself, whose career would I rather have? Paul Pierce or Iguodala? I don't know why, but of course I'm rolling with Iguodala. You know, Paul Pierce, he was a truth for sure, but he was essentially Bradley Beal. You know what I'm saying? Like the numbers he put up were inflated because he was mostly on a bad team most of his career. So when you talk about, you know, being first, I remember one time in Paul Pierce's career, he was like first in points, rebounds, assists, steals, I think, and a whole bunch of other shit, like number one on his team, which I don't want to sound like a hater, is great. But then again, how much talent did he have to play with until Ray Allen and KG and Rondo got there? So when we talk about Iguodala, who's had a pretty great Hall of Fame career, I've been saying Hall of Fame Iggy for a minute. He came off AI to 20 points a game, easy, then developed into one of the better, you know, if not one of the best role players, 6-man in the league. And not to mention, he got a Finals MVP. So, I mean, you ask me who career I'd rather have. I mean, I guess what Paul Pierce do too. So they kind of tit for tat in a way. It's kind of it's more even than what a lot of people think.
No, he got 4 championships
because he got 4 chips. You know, so it's like I'm rolling with Iggy because he did play a huge part in the Warriors winning those championships. Whether he was coming off the bench, he was ending the games, and I think that's most important.
Sorry, said he was solid early in the career. They ran to, I think, like the Pacers early on when he had Antoine Walker and all those players. So yeah. Darren says Paul Pierce. Shark says Paul Pierce as well too. I think I'm rocking with you too. If I had to trade places with a player, I'm picking Andre Iguodala because I played with Steph and Clay, but also he had a vital role on those teams too. And I guess you could say that Iggy has had success pretty much everywhere he's went. You know what I'm saying? Like with Philadelphia, they played decently. Denver was a solid team, and then of course Golden State Warriors. Did he go to Miami for a ticket? Sheedy? Was he in Miami?
Yeah, he was in the bubble. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they made the finals.
They made it to the finals.
Yeah. That man never got his haircut, but yes, he was.
Trading places.
Man, way to remember that.
Better two different things. I mean, I guess that's how what I think about it, Sharky. Is that like?
Okay, I mean, that's a good point, though, Sharky. That's still a good point. That's still a good point.
Yeah, better.
Talk to him, Cap.
I think better career. I mean, is that not a better career? 4 rings, better and played a vital part for that team. They don't win those.
Not to
rings
mention like what 6, 7 finals appearances.
Yeah. So I'm like, I mean,
and will the number 9 jersey get retired anywhere?
Maybe Golden State.
Nah.
Shit.
I mean, that's a good point, though. Sheedy. That's a good point.
Unfortunately, Paul Pierce's jersey has been retired.
Paul Pierce, Paul Pierce, yeah. Boston retired everybody's jersey though, so you know. Yeah. All right, last one. Pau Gasol, Chris Bosh.
Pau Gasol, because of the international play and success he's been able to have, and of course, winning two rings with Kobe, even though Bosh won 2 with LeBron.
Bosh got 2, and Bosh also he was that dude in Toronto for a second, just like Pau was that dude in Memphis. In Memphis. So
I'm gonna go Pau, man. I rock with Pau. Shout out to Chris Bosh though.
Okay. Yeah, this is a tough one because the moment you said those names, all I started thinking about was our championships. Damn, that's even
that's
2.
2.
I am going to say Chris Bosh, not because I'm a Heat fan, yes, but what happened to his injury, right, with his heart and everything, really cut him completely out. Like, I'm not saying he was at the top of his prime. I know he was coming down off his prime, but his role and what he was going to do in Miami was going to be more significant once LeBron left. And
he was the one that took the biggest step back with that victory. Yes. Like Bosh was like that dude in Toronto. Like he was scoring 20+ points per game. So he chose to be a stretch 5 basically for Miami and shoot the ball less. So yeah.
So I'm gonna go CB, but Pau Gasol's career is nothing to be sneezed at all.
I'm gonna go Pau Gasol just because I think that Pau was an overall better player, even though Bosh had way more all-star appearances. I think that Pau, you could put Pau on Miami and be like, oh yeah, it'll been a problem with LeBron and D Wade. So I'm gonna go Pau as well too. So, but yeah, I feel like I just want to hear y'all's opinions about similar-ish players. So I'm glad we were able to get that out.
And I like that. Yeah.
I was gonna say, can we not do that again? That's terrible, man.
Made your head hurt.
Yeah. Even had a little TikTok, man, heathens on that.
I'll have us in trouble on TikTok. I already know it's cool though.
Let me delete that.
But we ain't done yet, man. Talking about players. So I did talk to y'all earlier about ranking the top 10 players in the NBA Finals. So of course we got the Dallas Mavericks versus the Boston Celtics, and we've got great players on both sides. Not even just great like all-star players, but also great role players as well too. And so I just wanted to do a little exercise to see who do we think are the top 10 players in the NBA Finals, and can we come to an agreement on where we slot these players? So we're gonna work together as a team to make this happen, and we gotta come to terms with it and agree with it, even though we might butt heads. So number 1, y'all start number 1. It's not number 1. Get out of the way. So number one is Luka, right? Number 1 is Luka.
Agreed. Agreed. What's you about?
I like.
Was it Kyrie? Yeah, I go with Kyrie.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, no. I would say I would say Kyrie at 1.
I was joking, but okay, that's what we doing.
Yeah.
Why is Kyrie at 1? Because he's not gonna be at 1. Why is he at 1?
Yeah, so you're gonna bump me out. Okay, I just beat cancer, but okay, I got you.
Exactly. Disrespectful as hell, dog.
But I think of the players that are there, Kyrie is the one that knows how to get it done in the finals against a great team with the Warriors. Kyrie as well has deferred many of these playoffs, some games, to just play defense. We have not really even seen him explode offensively yet. And the Celtics are going to be hurting with guarding. I know they got Drew Holiday. I know they got D-Wade. I know they got all these players. But look at what they've done in the playoffs so far. I've said this before. I'll say it again. When it's shorter guards, these shorter guards are killing them. I don't care if KP comes back or not. I know he's coming back for game 1. So to me, we know what Luka is going to do. Yes. But to me, I have Kyrie as number 1. I'm okay with exchanging. I'm okay. But I'm going to make my case that I believe Kyrie should be the number one player that we're talking about in the finals because he is yet to be unlocked completely.
Savage, I think this one of them cases you're gonna have to just roll with it. We can go Luka 1 because Luka is still number 1 to me. I told y'all Jokic, Luka 2 for the notice. And then I'm 100,000% comfortable with Kyrie being number 2. I actually got him number 2 on my list. And for any case, Savage, that you would like to debate either Kyrie being 1 or 2, we're here.
Okay.
Who you got at 2?
Wow. This wow.
We're here.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Didn't expect that.
That's what we get.
We like a minute into the segment, and I'm just like, what is happening right now? All right, so Luka gonna be number 1.
Yeah.
Luka. All right, cool. I feel like we have to have the conversation of either Jaylen Brown or Tatum above Kyrie Irving. We literally saw both of those players score 30 points per game in the Eastern Conference Finals. And Kyrie again, to Shitty's point, has not been unlocked. But do I think that right now Kyrie's a better player than how Jaylen Brown has looked in the Eastern Conference Finals? I would say no. I don't think Kyrie's looked better than Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown's look better than Jason Tatum. So I have Brown above Tatum. I don't know if y'all do. I have Brown above Tatum.
We agree about that one, yes.
Okay.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
So y'all telling me that Kyrie is number 2 behind Luka in terms of top 10 players?
Yes.
Let me pose a question.
Okay.
Here's the question. Who has Brown guarded and who has Kyrie guarded?
I mean, look, I'm not gonna doubt that Brown.
With it.
I'm not gonna doubt that Brown can't sit in that chair.
Yeah, I'm not either. We're in agreement there. I'll just ask you who has Brown guarded and who has Kyrie.
I mean, we all know Boston ain't really just played a full team since the regular season, so I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But I mean, look, majority rules right now. If we putting Kyrie at 2, then Kyrie gonna have to be at 2. That's just what it is.
So we do have 3 of us here.
Yeah, we got Luka at 1. So Luka is at 1.
Okay.
Kyrie is at 2. Okay. So 3 has to be Jaylen Brown then, right?
We're in agreement
with that.
Yeah, finally.
I like that.
So we got Jaylen Brown at 3.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum is at 4. Let me write this down real quick. So we got Luka, Kyrie.
Yeah, I can put it in the chat too. My fault.
Okay. Bet.
Luka,
Brown,
Kyrie.
Bro, Jason Tatum as the 4th best player in the finals is crazy to think about.
That's his fault.
That's crazy.
That's his fault. I mean, because is he the best player on this team? I've said on this podcast numerous times.
I said it too. I said it too.
Brown. I'm Brown.
And you know what's crazy? Before you go any further, I'm glad I just want to take this time. Mm-hmm. When you talked about these conference finals MVP, it went to Brown, right?
Brown.
However,
Brown.
Tatum statistically had better stats.
Mm-hmm.
Had more rebounds, I think more assists, even more points per game. But Brown was the one that they really needed to get there, which is crazy to say, over Tatum. So, yes, I believe Tatum, yes, you can put up all the points you want to right now, but Brown at number 4. Second best player on your team.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So we got the main 4 guys in the top 4. This is where I guess it kind of gets interesting because now I'm wondering, like, is this where Kristaps Porzingis comes in? If, like, given his health, is he considered a top 5 player in the series with the health?
I mean, now we got Derek White out there.
Hell no, exactly. D White is number 5.
Yeah, there we go. I like that.
Yeah, okay. And that's where I had D White. I had D White at 5. Okay, so Derek White is at 5. Who's at 6? Who's at 6?
It's still not KP for me.
I got Drew Holiday right here.
Ooh, okay.
It should
over PJ? Over PJ Washington?
It should be Drew Holiday because, like I said, this is why they went and got Drew Holiday, is for his defense, for his championship, quote unquote experience. Mm-hmm. So I think in order for the Celtics to win, Drew Holiday defensively is going to have to play some of the best defense he ever played in his life. So maybe he can, maybe he won't, but this is where I got Drew Holiday because PJ gonna clutch.
Oh, PJ's definitely in the top 10. I just don't know where he's at yet. And you got PJ Washington right here?
I got PJ at 6.
At 6?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got a problem with that.
Dang, I got somebody else at 6. Damn.
Who you got?
I got Derrick Jones at 6.
Why you got him so high?
I have him so high for the times that he hits the shots. He guards usually your best player 94 feet. He's not going to give you 15, 20 points, but he's going to give you a solid 12. He's going to hit them threes at the most clutch times. And even after he hits that three, he's still covering Brown, Tatum for 94 feet.
Okay. So to make it fair, I did have PJ Washington at like number 6 or 7.
Okay, so we'll be there
to balance it out, it'll be 6.
Okay. So PJ's at 6.
So it's just a matter of Drew Holiday or Derrick Jones.
So I had Drew Holiday right after PJ Washington at 7.
Okay. And you clearly would have him right here too.
I would too. Yeah.
Okay.
But do we think Drew is gonna have a better impact than I think he will?
I think he will
impact than Porzingis.
I think he will. I don't think Porzingis is gonna be healthy the whole series, man. I'm not banking on it. Drew Holiday
and you have to like. I understand he was only out for the start of the playoffs or whatever, but he's been out of playoff shape. Like he's not in a playoff shape right now, and how physical it's really going to be.
And it's the finals now.
Yeah, and it's the final. Like this is the cream of the crop. So yes, I'm doubting KP's ability until I see it. And I have to see it not only in Boston, but I'm about to see it in Dallas too. Because Boston, you can use the energy from the fans. But when it comes to Dallas, are you gonna still be that same one? So here's where you want to put Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday is
7. Okay.
Drew Holiday's at 7. Okay. So now
I like that. I like that the Jones.
Yeah, I'm not letting Jones in the top 10. I'm gonna let John go that outside.
No, he there.
So y'all like Jones? Y'all think Jones gonna be better than Lively?
That's how I was literally about to say that. That's my X factor. Y'all, Lively is my X factor.
Because I have Lively over Derrick Jones. I had Derrick Jones right at 10. I had Lively at 9.
And I had Lively at I think 9 or 10. I just erased it because I put this in the chat. But I had Lively. We're at the low end, 9, 10. I'm okay as long.
Well, I'm sorry. I had Lively at 8, Derrick Jones at 9. I put KP at 10 because I don't know. I don't know about KP. I don't know what his health is going to be like. So
I would be okay with. I am in complete agreement that KP is like 10 right now. I'm
so here's the thing, and it may sound funny, but we do got to have a conversation about Al Horford. We do got to have a conversation because he is going to be a top 10 impactful player. It's just a matter of where do we put him. Because if we don't think Porzingis is going to come back healthy, then that means more playing time and opportunity for Horford, who's been pretty consistent, to say the least. He's just old as hell.
Man, yes. And this is the Celtics' opportunity to get that 18th banner. And they went out to get KP. So they're going to put KP on the floor if he's 80%, 60%.
They're going to force it?
Yes. Yeah, they will. Because you never know if you'll get back here, right? You don't know when that will be. So I would have KP over Horford, even though I've seen Horford dominate some series. But I don't believe it'll be this series.
I feel like KP has to be in the top 10 in order for Boston to be successful or to get that extra push. Because Horford's a great player, obviously. He's been a great player throughout his career. But I need that flexibility to have KP to play the 5 occasionally to spell Horford when I need him to sit down for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for me, if I'm thinking about Boston being successful at this point, and I think that KP is going to try to play, then I got to put KP above Al Horford. But at the same time, Al Horford is a crucial part because there are times where he steps out behind the 3-point line and he's making them jumps. You know what I'm saying? So
killers. And then he'll do a tap rebound to somebody. Yeah.
So who we get at 8? Who we putting there?
I think the better question is who will we have left to put in there? Right.
So what we got left right now, based on what I got, because I got the top 7 right now is Luka, Kyrie, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, PJ, Drew Holiday. So what we got left is Derek Lively, Derrick Jones, KP, Al Horford. I don't know anybody else beyond those 4 that will be in the top 10.
Gafford, just because he started, I guess.
Gafford's okay, but I don't think Gafford has a stronger impact than what Lively or Derrick Jones would have.
Agreed.
But Gafford is solid though. He's a solid player. He's a solid in that starting role as a big man. But I think things change once Lively get in there, man.
I'm going just because of that. I'm going Lively.
Lively at 8.
Mm-hmm. Lively at 8. That's where I'm going.
Okay. How you feel, Sheed?
Because I think he'll have a better impact than Porzingis, and we gonna get Derrick Jones in there, even if he had 10.
And the point that I'm thinking about for Gafford is similar point that I would think of for Drew. Mm-hmm. Whereas Drew Holiday hasn't really asserted himself as much until maybe the last 2 games against Indianapolis. Besides that, he was just a regular point guard, if we're being honest. And in those last 2 games, they didn't really have Halliburton to really worry about. And Gafford, I've seen him come alive in the last couple games as well, because he was getting spelled out really early, realistically, and Lively was that guy. But I've also watched Gafford protect the paint, which when you're talking about Brown and Tatum, you're gonna need that paint protection. I think Gafford is a better paint protector than Lively. However, Lively is clearly the better rebounder and clearly best field goal percentage right now. And so I'm going to lean more on Lively, but I think Gafford has the case the same way I think Al Horford would have a case with KP. So I'm going to go Lively.
That's fair. All right. And at number 9, this is where I put Derrick Jones Jr. at number 9.
I like it.
Okay.
Derrick Jones Jr. at 9. And then 10 is KP.
So it's going to be crazy KP come out slicing.
Hey, look.
You got to show me something.
But yeah, we got to see it, man. Because it was non-contact when he got hurt. So that scares me as a viewer, man. Like, he got hurt on the perimeter and nobody was near him, like, touching him, bro. Like, all it takes is one little bad cut and that's it. Like, that's a wrap.
That's true.
So, yeah. So, to recap the top 10, we got Luka, Kyrie, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, PJ Washington, Drew Holiday, Derek Lively, Derrick Jones Jr., and Kristaps Porzingis. So based on that, man, I think we looking at Dallas having the better. Dallas has the better top heavy players in terms of like the main 2 guys. Even though I don't agree with Kyrie being there too, but hey, we can't get agreement. But they have the best player in the series in Luka Doncic, and then Kyrie is like the best second option in the league right now. I think we all can agree with that. And then in the middle is where it gets kind of tricky because Derek White is obviously probably the best role player in this series because he's been playing amazing. There are times where he's scoring 20 points in place of Tatum struggling or Jaylen Brown struggling. And then you got PJ Washington, who's come on since he came to Dallas. Drew Holiday, you got the championship pedigree. Lively's a young player. Derrick Jones has been there, done that. And then you got Kristaps Porzingis. So I liked it. I think that's a solid top 10. I liked it.
I want to say this because I know we're going to get into an argument, or y'all going to get into the argument of TikTok about Jason Tatum being in 4th. Jason Tatum should be number 1. Again,
I think 2.
At least 2. He should be. But because of him, I feel like this has been like a breeze for the Celtics. So let's see if Jason Tatum end up playing better than Jaylen Brown finally. That's all we've been asking for.
And let me say that the time when they actually went to the finals, I believe the last time they went to the finals, Tatum was the number 1 player. And Tatum also shut down, I don't want to say shut down, but stopped KD from winning 1 game. Right. And that I would have automatically put him at number 1. Automatically. I just haven't seen it. For you, I can't have you disappear at times.
Yeah.
And that's really how I feel about Tatum.
Yeah, that's my beef, man. It's like he disappears when you need. He's like the Avatar, bro. He disappears when you need him most. The man vanished, bro.
Oh, he came back though, man. You gotta chill.
He came back 100 years later.
he got a glacier. He got a family and everything, man. Come on, dog.
Hey, Monkey, y'all so dead, man. Like, come on, man. What we doing? Barbershop Sports Talk said, "What's up, bros? We will actually be on Barbershop Sports Talk next. I think Tuesday, Tuesday the 11th. So make sure y'all go over there, subscribe to those guys. We will be on there next week.
I'm talking barbershop. Yeah, you better be ready.
Yeah, I hope they're ready."
He also said Tatum's not aggressive enough like the other 3 stars in the series. Kyrie gonna give you that work, and we already know Luka gonna eat, and Brown's a dog. I agree with that. Like, if we had like a dog hierarchy, definitely Luka, Kyrie, Jaylen Brown, and Tatum is at the end of that.
True, Derek White may be number 4.
Look,
Damn.
Derek White, dog, he a bald dog for sure, but he a dog. So let's get into it, man. NBA Finals preview, man. So we've kind of laid the foundation of like the players in the series. The games have been played up to this point, and now we are here to give our thoughts on how the series will play out. And I do not mind going first. We've said all year that Boston should win the NBA Finals. They have no excuse. We said on this podcast, unless it's Denver, you should be anybody that's in front of you. And even at some point when Minnesota was rolling, I thought that Minnesota would give Boston problems and probably win the NBA Finals. Neither Denver nor Boston is here. Oh, Denver nor Minnesota is here. Instead, you got the Dallas Mavericks in front of you. They got Luka Doncic, who is arguably the best player in the league right now. Of course, we can say that now because Joker is not in the NBA Finals. Kyrie Irving's playing out of his mind. And on the flip side, Boston got Jaylen Brown's playing well. Tatum's coming alive. And you got some good role players and veterans around them. This kind of goes against what I've been saying all year or even all playoffs. But I think Boston, because they have to win, they will win. And I got Boston in 7 games. I think it'll be a long series. No way this is a 4 or 5 game series. I think Boston gonna prove that they got some fight in them, and I think that they'll win in 7 games. And I think it'll be due in part because of Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown will win Finals MVP because he's gonna make an impact, not even just on offense, but on defense as well too. I got Boston in 7.
I still can't answer, so Sheedy go.
No problem, but I'm gonna go on, spill it out there, man. I got Mavs in 6. My reasoning behind this, I'll start with the Celtics. The Celtics, again, well, I've said this on the podcast before, and we are in agreement. This is the number 1 team in the league, and they have yet to show that. And I've also seen, and I also believe in momentum. These last 3 series that they've played, there's at least been 1 or 2 games per series that they literally could have lost, and they made some crucial mistakes that could have prevented them from being, I don't know, say here, they won't make it here regardless. But you can't make those same mistakes against the Mavericks and Jason Kidd and expect to win. I was, and I'm going to say this as well, thoroughly upset with how ready the Boston Celtics were with that layoff that they had getting ready for the Pacers. Rick Carlisle had the Pacers ready to play, and they were but a possession or 2 away from winning game 1 from the Celtics. Jason Kidd is prepared to win this series. This team is prepared to win this series. And again, Kyrie has yet to truly unlock himself. I think he kind of really unlocked a little bit more or less. Like even game 5, I feel like because Luka was going off, then you just threw it off to Kyrie. And so I'm going to go Mavs 6. I talked about how the issues I have with Boston. The greatness I have with Dallas is realistically the lineup. And I don't know if Tim Hardaway is ever going to make an appearance, junior, but oh well. But I just believe in this team a lot more. They've been very hot. They've been on my mind since beginning of April about this. And I have not said the same thing about the Celtics because I just do not believe that we've said this before, there's something missing about them. It's like the Buffalo Bills, like something is missing about this team. And I just still don't know what it is. But whatever those weaknesses are that almost prevented the Celtics from winning the games that they did, I believe if I said that right, the Mavericks will get into that weakness and they have scoring ability. I don't think the Pacers, they can score, but they don't have a scorer, if that makes sense. Like they could put up 140 points, but you might get 20 points from 7 different players. Ain't nobody gonna guard Luka like that and Kyrie. So again, I got Mavs in 6. Matter of fact, I got Mavs winning game 1. Fuck it.
Give me the Mavs in 6 as well. It may go 7, and I'll take 7. I said Mavericks on Let's Be Real, but literally I needed another week just to make sure I run into roll with the Mavericks. And I just had to make sure I listen to y'all great, quote unquote analysts because it can really go either way. Like both of these teams are good. Both of these teams deserve to be there. Both of these teams work their asses off to be there. But when you talk about the Mavericks, it's it's just something about them. It's just something about like they're being coached right. The coaches, they're right. Again, coming into the season, I didn't know how Kyrie Irving would fit. I don't know why he would want to spend another 3 years there because that's his contract, but it's working. Him and Luka got something going that it's I don't want to say it's changing basketball, but it's gonna be enough for them to win the NBA Finals because even if you look at the Pacers, right? I'm looking at Nembhard. He had 32 and 24. No disrespect, but who the hell is Nembhard? So now we got Luka coming. We got Kyrie coming in. We got, again, you talk about the depth on how, the Mavs are top heavy, but I think they got better depth than the Celtics, if you want me to be real, because like we said, KP may not even play a lot. So you got Gafford starting, and I think this is that series again. Why did the Celtics get rid of Robert Williams? Who knows? But now you got to deal with Derek Lively versus, no disrespect to him, but energetic-wise, which one would you rather have? Which one will make a better impact? And I've said Lively was going to be the X factor in this series. So give me health-wise. As long as the Mavericks are healthy and Kyrie don't step on a leprechaun until after the series over. If the Mavericks are healthy, Sheedy, you said it on the last spot, the Mavericks are the number one, or have been the number one team on defense since the trade deadline, which is clearly how they beat the Timberwolves. So I think the same thing is gonna happen because Jason Tatum, you can't go no 3 for 11 every game in this year, buddy. You know what I'm saying? If Jaylen Brown, I say it like this: if Jaylen Brown is the best player on the Celtics gonna lose. I'm gonna say it like that. This is that time with Jason Tatum. If you're supposed to be that Kobe that Kyrie knows he is, that mentality that you're the best player on the team or the best player on the court, this that time to show it, bro. Like this, you damn near need to average a triple-double at this point with 30 points. But I believe that he can do it, which is kind of why it's so frustrating because Jason Tatum can easily be one of the best players, if not the best player in the league. He has that talent. But Willie, I don't know what to do with my hands. Luka and Kyrie coming, y'all. And they here, they smell blood. I've seen Kyrie hit the greatest shot of all time. He here. He's done it. Luka been winning championships since 16. Dog, ready. He here. They here.
Man, when you mentioned Nembhard, I didn't forget about Nembhard, but I'm just like, damn, Nembhard did wax their ass, bro. Like, how the hell is Nembhard doing? But I'm sticking with Boston in 7, man. I'm sticking with them. Going to chat. Sharky said no cat dog.
No cat dogs.
No cat dog.
All dogs.
Ryan says, what up, Mavs in 6.
What's
Darren from Fat Boy Fadeaway says Celtics in 6. He's curious how the front courts match up. Me too, because I mean that's basically Tatum and Brown. That's your front court, and then with KP in theory playing center along with Al Horford in between there. How do we see the best 4 players between Luka, Tatum, Irving, and Brown? We did it earlier, Darren. We ranked them as far as us agreeing to it. Luka, Kyrie, Jaylen Brown, and Tatum, and that's based primarily on who we think is going to actually show up. So that's what it is. That's how we see it. Speaking of that, let me ask y'all this: if Boston doesn't win, what's next? What happens to the Celtics? Because we've all said this is like we all can agree that Boston, it's time to win now. And of course, they're still a quote unquote young team because their superstar players are like 25, 26 years old. So they really not even in their prime yet. But if you lose again to a different team that's not Denver, that's not the prime Golden State Warriors, what does Boston do to get better? Like, how do you come back and say, all right, next year we got to go up against a healthy Sixers, a healthy Miami Heat, a healthy Pacers. Like, everybody's going to be coming back. And not every team gonna be hurt next year. I hope not, anyway. So, what do you do if you're Boston? If you just lose?
I'm glad you brought because I had a similar question, but I can tie it into what I'm going to say here. First and foremost, let me go back a little bit of what you just said. I don't even think they beat the prime Warriors. They just beat a great Warriors team. But if they would have tried to beat KD's team with the Warriors, they might have got swept. In the finals. I'm gonna just put that out there right there. The part of the conversation, what I wanted to say, let me answer your question first. There needs to be changes, but I don't the change that I believe that needs to happen, that I've said before, that needs to happen is Brad Stevens, come on down. You have everything you need to. You have all the Avengers assembled, but they need the leader. They need Nick Fury to lead them at this point, and that's not who they got. They got Joe, just average Joe, and that is thus that is thus the problem I have, and so that'd be the most significant move that I think they can make, because besides that, salaries are tied up. You're going to have to pay other players. And what I wanted to get at is why don't we have more conversations about the Celtics wings not getting it done the same way we have conversations about the Clippers wings not getting it done? Regardless of health, the Celtics actually made it all the way here. And if they don't win this championship, they might as well just be the Boston Clippers, because you're not winning even if you get in there. But again, I would say the biggest move they need to make is Brad Stevens to come out, because they're not going to be able to move anything else. I don't know. There's been a lot of conversation about Brown's contract going to the Rockets and other teams. I don't know who's going to be willing to do that. You're going to have to pay Tatum. I think Tatum is more of a face for the Celtics than Brown. And then KP and Drew, I think, are tied up for another 2 years as well. So, and you got to have to pay D White as well. And D White is going to be worth at least 20 to 25 million, especially NBA just signed a deal for what, 11 million or 12 billion over the next 11 years. Please, that money about to go up. So they might as well get D White on a value right now before the price go up. So to me, the biggest thing that needs to happen, if the Celtics don't win, Brad Stevens needs to come on down. And there needs to be some more spotlight and conversation about how actually Brown and Tatum are not getting the job done.
I couldn't agree with you more, Sheedy. I think Brad Stevens, it may come down to that situation where, you know, a young Pat Riley Jr. come down and say, all right, let me go ahead and, you know, you gotta do this. I gotta go ahead and do this. When Thanos put the glove on, it's all right, let me get it done. And I think that'll be great for the Celtics. But I think when you look at the NBA playoffs, that the role players are there to shine. I think this is when the role players shine, excuse me. And when you talk about the Celtics bench, I'm not impressed by anybody. So again, definitely run it back and add at least a player on the bench that you can be happy to, you know, have. Of course, like I said, no disrespect to Tillman, but I mean, 13 minutes going 1-for-1, you're just there to play defense. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, running back, you know, keep KP after the regular season for the last month or so, just so he don't get healthy. And pray that he don't get hurt in any of the playoff games, and just run it back if the Celtics don't lose, don't win the finals, because you, like I said, you got the most talented roster in the Eastern Conference with or without Porzingis, in my opinion. So run it back next year, but add some to this bench, please, and thank you.
Interesting, because I mean they tied down with the main two guys for sure. Like they $300 million to Brown, $300 million to Tatum. Like they're not going nowhere, obviously. Man, if Brad Stevens, he can come down right now, man. He can just come down right now.
That's what she just said.
Man, I agree.
Oh,
I agree.
Like, yeah.
If he comes out right now, I'll change my prediction. If he comes out right now, yes.
If they lose game one, I'm firing Joe Mazzulla. I'm like, I do it myself, like Thanos. I just do it myself. Thanks, man. We you got us here to game two, so I'll finish the job for us.
I'll take it from here.
Right.
You still get paid.
You still get paid. Yeah, you good.
You still get your playoff check.
Yeah, we'll get you a job somewhere. You can go to what, Charlotte or whoever near Detroit. If they fire homeboy, yeah, you go.
Yeah, well, what's that about? Whatever. That's another topic.
Yeah, man. Before we get up out of here, I do want to add. Well, did y'all say y'all finals MVP about who win? Luka, I guess.
Luka, yeah, Luka be mine.
Yeah, they would give it to Luka.
Luka. What would happen if Kyrie wins it though?
Oh, I'm going crazy.
We burn this shit
I'm
down.
going stupid, bro.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
I'm going crazy.
You know what's funny is I got a coworker. He's from Dallas, and maybe you can attest to this, Sheedy, but he said that Kyrie gets more love in Dallas than Luka. Just based on I think said billboards or something like that. He said he gets way more love from the people than Luka does. And they still love Luka, but he said Kyrie gets a lot of they love Kyrie down in Dallas.
No, they love Kyrie. He's got to be black. And I agree, but no, there's But when you go past the stadium, there's a Luka sign. I mean, Kyrie it's Luka in the middle in the front, right? And even when you go down to the stadium itself, it's Luka, then Kyrie. So Luka is still number one. But no, Kyrie get love in the hood everywhere he go.
In the hood.
Come on now.
he got some shoe that came out with his that's what I was about to get to, but he got his dad's signature shoe. If I'm not mistaken, that's coming out. So shout out to Kyrie, man. Like the face turn, that's a wrestling term for those who don't know. The face turn that Kyrie has experienced just this entire year has been crazy, because we saw how like people like Stephen A. Smith was basically slandering his name and all this mess. And Kyrie really, aside from like the anti-Semitic situation, quote unquote, that had happened, he's been giving nothing but love to the black community, women's basketball, and just giving donations to women that need it. Like, dude been a solid dude for a very long time. And I'm just happy that he's able to get loved by the entire basketball community, man. And then he's just basically saluting his dad by getting that signature shoe. I don't know what the name of the company is, shoe company. I think was it Anta? Anta, yeah. But I mean, Kyrie had the best shoe in the game when he was with Nike. And so I think there's going to be some momentum towards, Kyrie, especially if they win. I mean, look, you're going to have little kids out here wearing them shoes, man.
Regardless of if he win, I'm going to ask this on Let's Be Real, so anybody who pull up. But y'all know how I feel about Kyrie, from when him not taking the shot, from him just getting slandered by Stephen A. every chance he got to becoming public enemy number one. That never stopped my love for Kyrie Irving. So I want y'all, gentlemen, to tell me this. Name me 5 point guards better than Kyrie Irving skill-wise. Or just period. If we come down to it, of all time. Name me 5 point guards that are better than Kyrie Irving.
Number one is Magic Johnson.
I'll give it up.
I might put up John Stockton too.
That's the debate.
Yeah.
Okay, so off the top of my head, I think Magic. Are we considering Big O, Oscar Robertson as point guard?
Yeah, but I'm not putting him over no goddamn Kyrie.
Big O?
He got triple double machine. You say it was too early? It was in the 50s. They was playing plumbers.
No, we're not doing that. We're not.
Okay.
Look, if the youngest down with the 90s, I'm down with the 70s.
Okay, so I'll try to do 8s on down then. So Magic, I would say Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas, yes.
Isaiah Thomas for sure.
Okay.
Let me see. Steph.
Yeah, so, you got him. Man. He's a top 10 player. Yeah, so he's got to be in the top 5 point guard.
Steph, that's 3.
Mm-hmm. He didn't expect that. Look at his face.
Let's ask Steph.
That's 3.
Let's ask Steph.
Okay.
Oh, let me find me a list, man. Now I gotta think.
And why y'all think about it? Y'all can type it up. It's like you talking to a Warriors bandwagon.
Shark said Kid.
Damn.
Is he skill wise? Is he better? Because Jason.
See, now you ask a different question.
Skill, yeah.
Okay, I mean, but that's what it comes down to when you're talking about basketball, though. Is
not necessarily because I think that Kyrie is one of the most skilled players. Doesn't mean he's the best player. So you can have the best skills per se.
Okay, so let's talk about so for Jason Kidd, he was great at passing, way better at passing, but he started to develop his 3-pointer later in his years. When Kyrie came in, he's like already there
on a losing team.
So,
Here's an article that came out
last
year.
The Cavs just asked.
here's an article that came out last September. It says the top 20 point guards of all time. And this is again before Dallas actually made it this far in the NBA Finals. Number 1, they got Magic. Number 2, Steph Curry. Number 3, Big O. Well, I'm like, look, it's Oscar Robertson, man. It's triple double.
Yeah,
number 4, Jerry West. How you feel about Jerry West too?
No.
Greatest executive of all time. I'm down with the 70s. That's
Jerry West, man.
All right, let's see what else
we should have been changed that damn logo, bro. Stop playing.
Now that I agree about. I do agree about changing the logo. Yeah,
we agree with that. No, if I had to get Isaiah Thomas, which I'm like, I think Isaiah Thomas was like Kyrie before Kyrie.
Yeah.
Chris Paul. Point guard, man.
Number 4. Okay, keep going.
Keep going.
That's 6. That's 6. Number 7, they got John Stockton here. I mean, Stockton, he locked in on defense, and he was like the all-time leading assist. Nobody catched him in assists, bro.
No.
Nobody
And
gave him
then
an assist.
he did nothing against Kyrie and missing like the games because of his shot or whatever for COVID.
Mm.
But look at how many games John Stockton actually played as well. That man wasn't
every
missing
year.
games. Yes.
Look, Tyler said Luka better point guard than Kyrie. Hey, look.
Oh. Damn.
His teammate and his coach.
Damn.
I do his teammate. I do his
Maybe
teammate.
what Took to say
I
was
can do his
name me
teammate.
10 point guards. He said 10. That's
No,
all.
the fact that we spent this long on a 5 though, I appreciate it.
Yeah, this is fun.
Johnson, Steve Nash.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Steve Nash. Okay.
Look, people gonna listen to this part and think I hate Steve Nash. And I don't. Look, I'm out in Phoenix right now.
Like, be careful, man.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay, now they got Bob Cousy. I ain't doing Bob Cousy.
Nah.
I ain't rocking Bob Cousy. Jason Kidd at 10. Gary Payton's at 11. Westbrook.
Yes, but nah.
Westbrook.
Mm.
Ooh.
Triple doubles.
They got Dame here. Dame's not better than Kyrie all time. Clyde Frazier, Nate Archibald, Pistol Pete.
Nah.
Okay, so we can say Kyrie Irving is a top 10 point guard of all time, and he's not 10.
Okay.
We'll see. Remains to be seen. I think a win here in the finals would elevate him for sure because you won one without LeBron, and you still were a very important. Because to me, like I said it even during the top 75, I like the fact that Kyrie made that shot over Steph Curry puts him automatically in top 75. Automatically, like that shot was an iconic moment in NBA history. Like that's gonna be forever be played on like the old films in the future. So I can say he's top 10. I gotta sit down and like concentrate on where I will put him only if he wins the NBA Finals this year. Because right now,
so you're saying if he doesn't win, you're putting him outside the top 10.
If he doesn't win, I still would consider it, but he doesn't have as strong of a case because like it's the same resume. I would say. I mean, not the same resume because he made it to the finals, but still, it's like, you didn't finish the job to get that extra thing on your resume.
Right, and it's like because he won again. It's like okay, he won 2 championships, and a lot of point guards we talked about on this list don't have 2 championships.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, so that'll put him over a lot as well. So
that's a fair point, Sharky.
Yeah,
because AI wasn't even on this list, which I mean,
AI's AI's forever shooting guard to me, man.
Yeah.
Nah.
And Kyrie's definitely not a top 5 shooting guard.
Nah,
definitely
not. Absolutely not. Speaking of that, who was that? I think T came out and said that Harden was a better shooting guard than D Wade, man.
Yeah, sometimes I was about to say somebody does crack.
That Indiana weed is something different.
Yeah.
It's different.
You got that Franklin Saint, bro. Yeah, I don't know.
Franklin ain't. He tripping.
Nah, man. I saw D Wade. D Wade made me go out and buy a jersey, bro. Like 06 was different, bro. Shout out to 06 was different, bro.
And to be honest, like, and I was just thinking about this the other day with Miami. If LeBron don't stink it up against the Mavericks, people forget how great of a series D Wade was actually having in that finals.
Yep.
He wasn't having that 06, 07 type finals career because he didn't have to, but he was still putting on a clinic still.
Yeah. And D Wade, just like Bosh, had to change how he played with LeBron to make sure that they actually won those games because he said, LeBron, you got to be you, bro. And LeBron was him the next 2 years, and they won 2 rings. So it's like, sacrifice was a big thing for them. So, but anything else before we get up out of here, gentlemen? We good? We Gucci?
Nah. Still going to say anything? Okay.
Okay.
Two
Kyrie.
A little high.
No. I thought y'all talking about something else. No, I'm cool with Kyrie, man. It was just
I'm not talking about Kyrie. I'm talking about what we talked about earlier in the pre-show. So we're gonna just save it for LBR. I got you.
We'll just save it to ABR.
Oh yeah. Nah, we ain't got time for that. I'll let y'all handle that. Man. That just and more on LBR.
I did get the poll results back, and the results were that the W fans were worse.
Hey man, look. I'll say this: we can get up out of here. Be careful of using any trigger words on Twitter, X, Twix that relate to the women's game of basketball, bro. Just be careful, because if you tweet Caitlin, Clark, Angel, Reese, anything like that,
jealousy,
man, you
ambush.
You gonna man
Stephen A. Monica McNutt, Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, these are words to stay away from, kids.
Right. Just go ahead and just don't even put that in your vocabulary, bro. Like I can't even tweet CC anymore without somebody like trickling in, bro. Like it's crazy out there. So y'all be safe in those women's basketball social media streets. Cause it's crazy out there, man. You got people ready to fight over this game, man. I'm just trying to watch basketball. And I ain't trying to watch two people go at it on TV all day for 40 minutes. 40 damn minutes with no commercial break. Y'all crazy. Y'all wild. That's a long damn time too. Sorry, something about tweeting all those names. All right, sorry.
Y'all got advertisers mad as hell. Like, what is going on? We supposed to be in a 2 commercial breaks. Y'all out here arguing over official shit.
Not the game. Not the game.
I get my love.
Come on, man.
All right, man. Let's get up out of here, man. We back next week. What, Monday? We going back on Monday?
No, it's Tuesday, right? We gotta join with the other group.
No, so we're gonna do two. We
you want to do 2
episodes? We doing 2.
Right,
we doing 2, man. Hey, we gotta do our shit. Hold on.
I'm ready.
Hey,
we gotta do our shit.
See you Monday at 7:15, ladies and gentlemen. Got it.
How about this? For the sake of time, we might have a shorter show on Monday. Maybe we'll do that. We'll do like a little finals recap up to that point. That's what we'll do. So next week,
gotcha. Next
week we'll be here, and of course we'll be on the barbershop show. So y'all stay safe, be blessed, peace.
Peace out.